time now is 7:31 here on Radio Christian Voice, and I'm joined in the studio by the lovely Ingrid from Cavmont Bank, and today we're talking about something very interesting and, of course, very important.
Yes.
I believe it is.
We
And so,
are.
tell us, first of all, how are you?
Well,
I know
thank
you always say, but you didn't greet me.
Yes, you have to make sure you greet me. We have to start properly.
Right, so we're starting properly.
Good
How are
morning
you?
to you, Cholwe.
Good morning.
To our listeners. Good morning to our viewers on Facebook and anybody else who will be watching us at whatever time they'll be watching us.
Yes.
Hope you've all had a great holiday yesterday. To all the youths in Zambia, to my 2 children in my household, my 2 youths, I mustn't forget them.
Yes.
Good morning.
All right.
So today, what are we talking about? Today we are talking about 5 scams which are targeted actually to newcomers. Newcomers being people who are starting out.
Okay.
Starting out, you've got a new job, and even to students. Whether be it in Zambia, or you're going out of the country as a student, especially when you go to outside Zambia.
Okay.
Some of these countries, they have a lot of things that are happening, a lot of scams, frauds that are taking place. So as a new student, you could be vulnerable.
Right.
Because you're not sure, you don't know, you probably haven't even encountered. In Zambia, we're pretty safe. In the sense that some of these things we may not be exposed to them as we're growing up.
As much,
as you're growing up. So when you go out there as a new student, you open a bank account, and next thing you know, you're receiving an email from somebody asking you, for example, for personal information.
Right.
So you have to be very careful about that. Even when you're trying to immigrate, for example, you think that leaving Zambia and going to another country across the oceans is going to be better for you. You probably think you have a greater future there, as opposed to helping develop your own country and doing things for Zambia.
Oh wow! Sounds like you're guilt tripping people.
Yes, stay here and develop our country.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So if you think that going out there, you probably be exploring ways that you can emigrate to another country.
Right.
So once in a while, I know that, for example, the green card emails begin to come into people's mailboxes. You may get an email from a lawyer, an immigration lawyer, who looks legit or is really trying to look legit. So you'll get a lot of phishing emails.
Right.
Okay? And phishing being PHISH.
Okay, so not the FI.
Not fishing for human beings. Okay.
Okay.
So this is
for fish.
Or even human beings.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Even human beings, because they're fishing and you think it's a good thing.
Okay.
Okay. But it's not a good thing. This is somebody who will actually be trying to defraud you.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're trying to see how they can get your. If it's your money, for example, you may get an email looking like it's coming from your bank. Okay. It will come into your mailbox, and they'll ask you to send them your personal details, maybe to confirm your account number, maybe to confirm your login details, your password, and things like that. Please do not give out such information via email.
Right.
Yes. The email may look very, very legit. It may look like it's really from your bank. In fact, it will be very, very similar to your bank's email. That you probably won't notice the subtle difference in the website or the email that it's coming from.
Right.
And you may feel compelled that, oops, I need to send through that information. Please do not do that.
So it's always better to do that in person? You think it is?
It's best to do that in person. Look, if you receive an email from your bank asking for personal information, which they should have had anyway.
I mean, they have it already, yes.
When you are opening your account, pick up the phone and call somebody from the bank.
Okay.
And confirm.
Okay.
Say, did you really ask me to send this information? I've received this email from this email address, and it's asking for whatever information they're asking for. So confirm that.
Okay.
But basically, do not send personal financial information via email is
Okay.
very, very dangerous.
Okay.
It's very, very dangerous because it could land in anybody's hands, and before you know it, you could lose your credit rating. You could lose, so many things could happen to you. So just make sure you don't do that.
Okay.
And if it's if you don't have access to a phone, like you're in a remote area, but you're able to send an email, what I would suggest you do is you actually send an email to the email address that you trust.
Right.
Okay.
So you probably, when you open a bank account, you probably have received emails from the bank, and so that's the one you should
Exactly. That's the one you should write to.
Right.
Look, if you listen to the Smart Money Show 3 times a week, at the end of the show, we are usually giving you our email address, customerservice@cavmont.com.zm. It's always shared. So write to us, because you know that email address, we've given it out to you.
Right.
So write to us and say, dear customer service team, did Cavmont send us this email requesting, even forward the email, for example, that you've received, right on the back of that one, and say, please see email below. Did you really send this email through to me, and you're asking for this information from me?
Right. Okay.
And then we will confirm or not confirm. We'll let you know that, look, we did not send that request through, and you will have protected yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. So the next thing that you will now be looking out for is telephone extortion.
Okay.
Somebody may give you a call. Again, fraudsters, excuse me, may call you up and saying, I am calling from ZRA, for example.
Okay.
You did not file your taxes, and we now want to advise that you owe ZRA so much in penalties, and you need to
clear that
bill, and this is the account number to deposit the money into. Okay, ZRA has an official site and has an official system working through banks. You go online, you go and pay your taxes through that.
Okay.
If somebody phones you and gives you an alternative number where you, aside from the ones which they've given out and advertised, be on the lookout. Be wary about quickly running to go and make that deposit. Somebody is going to go away with your money.
So what I'm hearing is that, in short, you have to be very careful and asking a lot of questions as well.
Yes.
You know, not just, okay,
because somebody says. More than that, we've even had warnings sometimes being given to us by companies that please be aware that there are people purporting, going around purporting to be from us, and they're asking to collect money, or they're asking to do something on your meter, for example, your Zesco meter.
Right.
But they're not from Zesco. So they're being warned, ask for their IDs,
Okay.
and make sure that it is a legit Zesco ID, because these are probably criminals just walking into your house and wanting to case the joint, so to speak. Yeah.
Right.
So that, they'll look around and see how secure your home is, and then you might get a break-in.
Yeah.
Because,
and probably assess what property
what is there for them to come and help themselves to.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So be on the lookout for that, and be very careful as well on that. So telephone fraud, and even people walking up to you.
Right.
Our third thing for us to look out for, especially via email, all of us have got financial challenges once in a while, and the thought of coming into sudden money is very, very appealing. Okay, so what we would want to do when we receive an email advising us that we've come into a prize, or we've won a lottery, there was some sweepstakes somewhere, and my phone number was generated.
I got one for a holiday, and I was quite tempted. I was
quite
thinking,
exciting, isn't it? Thinking,
this looks good.
Yes.
But then when they started asking me for my personal information,
Exactly, yes.
and I figured,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not really sure. I mean,
But,
if
yeah.
I won, then you probably know
You
who
should
I
have that.
am.
Yeah, exactly. So why should I start giving you more information? Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, when I was at school, for example, we'd get all these things. It would be either email
Mm-hmm.
or even a letter, and they actually,
Oh wow.
yes,
Yeah.
stationery. They spend money on stationery. They type out this thing. They've sent the signature, of course, which I cannot verify because I do not know the signatures. And they're telling me, I mean, I've been my name has been drawn in some sweepstakes, and I have won so many thousands of dollars. And all I have to do is make a payment of $35 to claim my thousands of dollars. And
Right.
$35 may look like it's a little bit
It's
of
a little
money,
bit money,
especially in light of the fact that I'm going to claim, let's say, $100,000, and I'm a struggling student. That looks very, very appealing.
Yeah.
So I may want to send my $35, but that will be the end of it. I'm not going to receive anything out of them. I'm not going to get anything out of them.
So now imagine 100 people send them $35.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
and a lot of people do fall for this.
Right.
So this is just a warning to our students, especially our new students who are going to go out of the country. If you receive such letters or emails, please do not fall prey. You have not won any lottery.
Especially if you did not participate in any lottery.
If you do not gamble. And you definitely have not won a prize or anything. Nothing has happened. You are just going to make somebody richer.
Right.
And you will be so many dollars poorer yourself.
Okay.
And of course, as Chore has said, they may be asking you for your personal information. Do not give them that information. Because once you give that information, they are definitely going to steal your identity, as we were talking about on Monday. Your identity may be stolen, and a lot of things may happen which will not be favorable to you. Okay?
Right.
And you may find yourselves in problem, but not because of something you've done, but because you are unwise enough to have given out your personal information. Yep.
Okay. Should we take a break before we
can
get to
take a quick break? Yes.
Yes.
Before we come back for the last 2 points.
In case you're just joining us, this is the Smart Money Show on Radio Christian Voice, live on Facebook and as well as Diamond Television. So we're so excited that you joined us, and keep listening and keep watching. Right, this is the Smart Money Show on Radio Christian Voice. In the studio, I'm joined by Ingrid from Cavmont Bank, and we're talking about scams. 5 scams that we should be aware of, especially in a world like our world, which is, getting really sophisticated. It's important for us to... Yes, and we are advancing in technology and things like that, and so we need to be aware of these particular scams. And so how about you just give us a quick recap on
of what we talked about?
Yes.
Okay, so the first one I was talking about was immigration lawyer scam. Okay?
Right.
If you move to a new country, you think you're going to, I'm going to put them on a guilt trip again. You think you're going to get a better life outside of Zambia. Please be aware that somebody out there may actually be trying to make money off of you by pretending to be legit and sending you an email and probably asking you for some money so they can help you to get your paperwork in place and and that kind of thing.
Right.
So that was the first one. The second one is telephone scam or telephone extortion, where somebody will give you a phone call and say you haven't done something that you should have done, and now you have penalties and you need to go and make a payment, and they'll advise you an account number, for example, where you need to go and make a deposit. And that is not the way some of the regulators behave.
Right. Right.
For example, if you go to the passport office, they actually guide you where to go and make your payment. You have there's an office at a named bank, just close to the passport office,
Mm-hmm.
and you just go there, you line up for a few minutes, it doesn't even take long, and you make your deposit, and then you go back with a stamped copy of your deposit slip and you submit your application form.
Mm.
So if somebody else comes to you or meets you outside the passport office
Mm.
and directs you to another bank, aside from the one that has partnered with the passport office, do know that it's not the right bank where you're going to, and there's something fishy going on. You should be going to Indo-Zambia.
Uh-huh.
I think that's where the partnership is with the passport office. It's Indo-Zambia Bank. And you just go and make your deposit there. I think you don't even write in an account number.
No.
Because they know.
Because they have all the
They actually have a
information.
separate office for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if somebody sends you somewhere else, know that you're being scammed.
Right. Okay.
Then the third one was winning a prize out of the blues. Cholwe almost won a holiday somewhere.
I was ready,
to
you
go.
know. I
Yeah.
was actually picturing myself on this holiday
Somewhere, right?
in a very fancy place.
Yeah, so if they tell you that you've won a
Yeah.
prize, but to claim your prize you need to pay in a little bit of money, know that that's not true. If you've won a prize, you've won a prize, period. They should be just, I don't know, finding a way of getting your money to you or telling you, come here, we've sent you your ticket or whatever it is. But they shouldn't be asking you to make payment to them, asking for your personal details for you to email to them. You know, so be very aware of that. And then I also talked about phishing emails. You must be wary of phishing emails that look like they are coming from an institution that you know, but and asking for your personal information.
Okay.
Do not respond to that. Confirm with your bank if they really have sent you an email like that and they want you to give them the information that they're asking for, which they should have anyway.
Yes.
Then you should know that there's something funny going on.
Right.
And then now, going on to our fourth point, online job scams. Okay. Students, when you go to a new country, you probably want to top up on your allowances from your parents at home. So you want to get a part-time job. Now, be wary that scammers are also ready to recruit potential victims while you're looking for a job. So what they will do, they'll probably have a mystery shopper, give you a call, ask for information, and then they'll also have maybe HR administrative jobs that you could possibly apply for. And you might think, yeah, this maybe looks like it's something which is easy to do with my school load, so I can apply for this. But what they may ask you when they are, from you, is for you to actually make some kind of payment. You shouldn't be paying to get a job.
Right.
Yeah, that's just number one. A legitimate employer will not ask you to pay for.
In fact, they are the ones who are going
should
to
be paying you. Yes.
Yeah.
So if you do get something, like let's say it's an online job and you get paid, nobody should say, we've paid you $100, give us back $10. Then you know there's something funny going on. So you must be very, very wary about that.
Okay.
Yes. Now, the last one is on romance. And this one I really, really love, because this one is not even about... Yeah, well, yes, you see, because a lot of people have been scammed on this one.
Okay.
Yes,
All
been scammed on this one, and I'm so happy to talk about it. Please.
When you are looking for love.
Yes, when you are looking for love. And again, you think that man out there across the oceans, that man that you're going to meet online, is the one for you, because you are tired of these Zambian men who are not serious, you know, that kind of thing.
Yes.
So you think that when you go on Facebook or on the internet and join some dating service, that you're going to meet the love of your life. And what this love of your life does actually is, first they begin to court you. They're very, very good to you. You have nice conversations. And of course you are lonely, because, you know, nobody talks nice to you in Zambia. I'm sorry.
Okay, all
but,
right,
you know,
then.
so you think that this man out there is the one for you.
Yeah.
You know,
He's saying all the right things.
Yes. And ladies, let me warn you, these guys always have a dead wife somewhere. Okay?
Okay.
Yes, because they're
Okay.
trying to work on your sympathy
Okay.
for them, on your empathy. So they've got some dead wife who died not too long ago in the past from
Yeah.
from
And
some
they're still dealing
either
with
in an
that.
accident or so from some ailment, and he nursed her through this ailment until she passed on. So you think this is a nice, sensitive man, you know, and then when you
Yeah.
think to our Zambian men who we love dearly,
Uh-huh.
if I am sick, he's not the one who's going to be by my bedside. It's my sister.
Uh-huh.
So you think the guy out there is the one. So you give up yourself.
Yeah.
And then you know what they do?
Uh-huh.
They then say to you, I want to send you a parcel. Okay?
Okay.
And then they list the things that they're going to send in there. There's going to be a nice smartphone.
Mhm.
There's going to be probably an iPad. And in the meantime, they've asked for your dress size, your shoe size, and they said they'll put in a few things for you, and maybe they'll even put in a few dollars. Okay? And
money come to
yes,
me.
and then this parcel.
And you're thinking, oh wow, that
I
that
found the
sounds
perfect
good.
man.
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
be rich, because
Uh-huh.
you're probably thinking, I'm going to sell the iPad. That's a good 37,000 kwacha or something like that.
Right.
I might even sell my smartphone and get a cheaper one. So, you're really excited about this. And then the next thing you know is you get a phone call from a country which shall remain nameless, telling you that your parcel has arrived from whatever country it is that your man friend lives in.
Okay.
But it hasn't arrived in Zambia.
Okay.
It has arrived in that country,
Okay.
and it needs to be cleared. My question to you is, why should you be clearing a parcel in another country when you are in Zambia? And if you haven't heard about this scam and you're so excited to be receiving a parcel from your future partner, you're going to look for money to
Yeah.
send to clear that parcel. The thing to do is ask that gentleman or whoever it is to send that parcel to Zambia. So you clear it in Zambia.
Right.
Why should you be clearing it in a third country?
Yeah.
Clear it in Zambia,
Mm.
and then when it gets to Zambia, that is when you're going to clear it through ZRA.
Mm.
Okay? And once if the parcel is genuine, it's going to come to Zambia.
Mm.
If you're clearing through another country, trust me, you're about to make a contribution.
Yeah.
Into
To somebody's
yeah,
business.
into somebody's business.
Right.
And once you've sent your money, you will never ever talk to that gentleman again.
He's gone.
He's gone with the wind.
Talk about sad situation.
Very sad situation.
Yeah.
And sadly, some of our ladies have fallen prey
Mm.
to this scam, to this particular scam.
Mm.
They have fallen prey to it. And I've heard, I heard of at least 2 people who almost fell prey to it.
Mm.
And this one lady was actually telling me how this gentleman would phone and they would speak, and then the parcel arrived in the third country, and he asked for money, I think about $200 to be sent for clearing. And then she said, but I'm in Zambia, why should I send money there? And he became very, very agitated. And the sweet gentleman disappeared. And he became an aggressive man on the phone looking for $200 to be sent so the parcel could be cleared in another country. And she said, sorry,
Wow.
I'm not going to do that. And that was the end of that story. And that's how he disappeared. And the initial contact, which was via Facebook, that's how the friendship also disappeared.
Sad,
So we
isn't
need
it?
to be very,
Yeah.
very wary, ladies. When we are lonely, let's not necessarily run to some of these places and think that's where we're going to find our partners.
Right. Right.
So,
Mm.
so I'll just give you a few tips which can warn you against this romance one, especially how you can protect yourself.
Okay.
So
Okay.
number 1 is a fraudster will want to develop a quick relationship.
Mm.
So be very suspicious when someone you haven't met
Mm.
says, I love you. Okay?
Yeah.
Very quickly, they jump from asking, first wanting to know you, next thing you know, they're in love with you. Be very, very suspicious.
Mhm.
Number 2, be wary when someone claims to be involved in a lucrative business but needs to borrow money for bills and expenses.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And this doesn't even matter whether it's somebody from outside or even if it's local.
Yeah.
If this person who's supposedly doing very well I just need to borrow a bit of money to do this, know that there's something funny going on. So
Right.
do not be quick to give out your money.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then be cautious also when chatting with somebody who says they live nearby but work out of town or overseas. You know, be very, very suspicious. And do not cash any checks or send the person any money for any reason, whatever. So if a gentleman asks you for money, just say no.
Right. And you will be safe.
Yeah, and you'll be safer.
Right.
Yeah, and
Okay.
you know, you'll have escaped that net. the
Unless, of
fraudster's
course,
net,
it's
yeah.
somebody that you know.
Somebody that you know. I mean, here we're talking about people who suddenly come into your life,
Yes.
or who you're getting to know, and before you know it, they're asking you for money. Just say no, you know, and well, you know what? Yeah. So until you get to know the person really, really well, and you've established certain facts, then you can begin to lend each other money. But if it's tied to romance, do not quickly, you know, jump to that stage of, oh, I'll give you some money, or quickly taking them to dinner. But that's another topic for another show, not today. Yes.
Okay. I'm interested in another topic for another day. Join us again.
Yes.
Right
yeah.
here on the Smart Money Show. So thank you so much for watching. Ingrid, thank you so much for these tips. We appreciate them.
Yeah.
How do we get in touch in under 20
minute?
seconds?
20 seconds. Okay. 3333 Airtel MTN. 0800 100 from your Zamto line. You can walk into our 20 branches and you can write to us. Please, it's not a phishing email. You can write to us at customerservice@cavmont.com.zm. If you're unsure about anything, just write to us, give us a call, and we'll be very, very happy to answer your questions.
All right. Well, thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Until next time, right here on the Smart Money Show, have a great rest of the day. Thank you.